Okay, Danielle, when and where were you born, and where did you grow up?
I was born in Grangeville, Idaho in October of 1989.
And did you grow up in Grangeville?
First.
Pardon me?
Not really. I didn't really grow up in Grangeville. I was there for, I think, till I was 3 or 4 is when we moved to Nez Perce.
And so you lived in Nez Perce for how long? Is that where you went to grade school, middle school, high school?
Yep, graduated from Nez Perce High School. And then I went to the U of I, graduated from there, and then eventually made Nez Perce.
Say that one more time because it cut out.
Okay. So I graduated from the U of I, and then eventually I made it back down to Nez Perce.
And what did you study at the U of I?
I ended up getting a degree in agricultural business.
Cool. So what was it like growing up in Idaho? What did you do for fun?
I went hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, rode 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, rode little horses.
Cool.
That's about it.
Would you describe where you grew up and where you live as urban or rural?
Definitely rural.
Okay. What's the population of Nez Perce?
536 or so.
Okay. And what county is that in? Is it Nez Perce?
It's in Lewis County.
It's in Lewis County. Okay. So when did you come out?
I was about 22.
Okay.
Or 20. So 20. I might have been 21. 21, 22.
College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After college, so.
And can you talk about like the fear that you had or the apprehension that you had doing that? Or did you have it?
I did a lot with my parents. And it's still not the best.
Why?
Just because of their views versus mine. So.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
And who are they? And are they accepting?
Yeah, I have 4 brothers.
Wow.
And they don't really care.
That's cool. But so you still have a relationship with your parents?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of turned into something we just kind of don't talk about.
How does that make you feel?
Somewhat, it's just easier that way.
Yeah, to just
For me.
not deal with them. Yeah. So your brothers were supportive. Was there do you have a religious background with your family?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So religion has
Yes.
some kind of influence there. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of a support system did you have then once you came out? Or did you?
Mainly my friends that I have. They've all been really, really good and cool about it. So.
That's cool. When you were a kid, do you remember when you discovered your sexuality or how you felt or what you were thinking about?
Not really.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was older.
Yeah.
It kind of wasn't something I really thought about.
Yeah. Did you have any role models in the LGBTQ community when you came out, or can you think of any movies or TV shows or musicians or whatever that were kind of inspiring?
Not really.
No? Okay. Did you know of any other gay or lesbian or trans people in Nez Perce when you were coming out? No?
No.
Okay. What would you say, in terms of, well, at the U of I, there were clubs and organizations for the LGBTQ community, but what about in your hometown?
Yeah. No, not in my hometown.
No. Is there today?
No.
No. Okay.
There's nothing.
So, did you participate in groups at the U of I? LGBTQ groups or organizations or?
Things.
Say it again, it dropped out, sorry.
I went to a couple meetings Not a whole bunch, but I had a lot of, I was on the judging team, and so we were gone a lot, and that was always a big part of my time was spent judging.
Yeah.
So.
What did you study? What was your degree again?
Agricultural business.
Okay. Who were supportive people, places, or spaces? This is a very sociological question. Or what were maybe difficult or dangerous people, places, or spaces once you were out? Like, are there places still that you avoid?
I really don't avoid anywhere.
Yeah.
I've never really been really, like, afraid, so to speak. But at the same time, like, people that were supportive, like my judging coach was very supportive.
That's cool.
And then also there in Moscow, Tabby Cat, the performers.
Yeah.
And all that.
Tell me about being a drag king.
It was fun.
What was your drag name?
It was Just In Case.
Cool. Are you going to still do it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Cool.
Once I get over the baby.
Yeah, right. It's still 10 months is new, yeah.
Yeah.
So, current thinking and interpretation. I mean, let's go through, like, looking back on when you were a kid, like, were you ever bullied at school or anything because of your sexuality? Like, you weren't out until you were 22, so it probably wasn't an issue.
Hey, what now? You kind of cut out.
I'm sorry. Did you ever have any, like, discrimination at school when you were a kid? Or, I mean, you didn't come out until you're 22, so you didn't experience anything like that.
Huh.
I couldn't hear you. It's dropping. I'm trying to move my... Can you hear me?
Sorry.
That's okay. He's
Yeah,
so cute! Anyway, my question was, did you ever have any feelings of discrimination? When you were a kid or now?
No.
No, never.
Not really. No. I know some people, like, I kind of get, like, weird looks and stuff, but I'd say, like, the biggest thing would be people sometimes mistake me for a guy.
Yeah. Does it piss you off?
No, I kind of laugh at it, because then I'll be like, oh, yeah, sir, or whatever, you know, talk back to them, and they're like, oh, and you kind of say this look, like they're scared, they're like, oh, crap, I messed up.
That's cool. When you came out, who did you come out to first? Your parents?
No.
Who?
My friends.
Yeah. And then did you tell your brothers before your parents?
No.
You didn't, really? You told your parents first. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you still don't talk about it to this day. I'm really interested in... the LGBTQ community has to constantly come out. Do you know what I mean? Like, straight people don't do that. Or have you ever been outed by someone and it pissed you off? Or do you get sick of having to, like, come out over and over?
Not really. It's just kind of like, you know, if it's somebody I really don't know, it's kind of none of their business.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, it's only people that I really know that know.
Yeah. And they're generally supportive.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think being a lesbian has added to your life? Like, how would it be if you weren't?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I've always been kind of, you know, headstrong, and I do pretty much what I want to do, so.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know.
What do you do for a living now after you graduated from the U of I? What's your work?
I'm a butcher.
Okay. Are you out at work?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And no discrimination, everybody's cool?
No. They're good. And, like, the last job I worked at, like, me and my boss were real close. Like, we could talk about it for hours. You know, we'd talk about anything and everything. And he was really good about it. Because he actually has a twin. My ex-boss had a twin sister. who was gay, and he didn't know, like, she always played it off as her roommate or her friend or whatever, but he's like, he knew. And so, like, we would always talk about even the stuff that we're kind of talking about.
Yeah.
We'd have conversations, stand on the butcher block all day.
That's cool. So, do you work in Nez Perce? Is that where the butcher shop is?
No, the one I work at now is in Green Creek.
Okay. And where is that in relationship to Lewiston? South?
Lewiston?
Yeah. South. Okay. Cool.
It's like, do you know where Cottonwood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's about, I don't know, 10, 15 miles kind of east of east of Cottonwood.
Okay.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, it must not be in the middle of nowhere if you have customers.
Yeah.
Do you guys do a lot of like specialty work for people that hunt?
We don't do any wild game.
Yeah.
All we do are beef and hogs, and occasionally we get sheep in. But it's all custom butcher for people, so they bring their own animal in, or they pre-sell it to people, and we cut it up for them.
Cool. Okay, so tell me about this family. Tell me about the baby. How did all this happen? When did you decide to have a baby?
Well, me and my dad had a baby a while ago. So, we did in-home insemination, and he came out.
Cool. And so, were you married? Did you guys get married? No, you didn't. Okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
But never did.
Did she have a baby too, or just you?
She actually had 2 older kids.
That's what I thought. Okay. And so what happened? You guys split up? Didn't work out? Yeah. Does she still see the baby though?
She's supposed to come down next week and visit.
Yeah.
Or later this week.
So you guys are cordial enough that you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it awkward?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Are you dating someone new?
No.
No, okay. That would make it even more awkward, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys talked about getting married, but you never did it. Why? I'm interested in gay marriage in Idaho, because Idaho fought it for a long time before it was federally legal.
That was our plan, was get married and then have a kid later, but we changed plans and said have a kid, and then, we didn't really have the money or time, and so it just kind of kept getting put off, and then I kind of, it's hard, but, like, I kind of started changing my mind.
Yeah.
Just, things changed a lot after we had Bentley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole new perspective on the world with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Then you don't have to get a divorce.
Exactly.
Right? Cool. Do people ask you about the insemination, or like, do they get personal with you? Like, if you're a lesbian, how are you having a baby? Things like that.
No. The only thing, so when I had, my first doctor's appointments, they kept asking me, they're like, well, we need the records from the hospital where you had this, or, the doctor that did it. And we're like, no, we didn't have a doctor that did it. We did it at home. They're like, oh. And it took a couple of visits for them to quit asking and realize that we didn't have a doctor do it.
Yeah, you just did it. Yeah. Did that bother you? Like, have you had those experiences with doctors where they don't, acknowledge you?
Not really.
Yeah.
So, the doctor that I have, he's actually, one of our customers at the butcher shop, and I've known him since I was a kid. And so, it's kind of, I don't think being gay has affected anything, for me at least.
That's cool. You're lucky. I mean, and you come from a small community, too. And with parents that weren't really cool about it, you seem to be pretty lucky. Have you known people that have been discriminated against, or, fired from their job or anything?
No.
No?
I haven't.
That's cool. That's good. What would you say to a young person today that was thinking about coming out that lived in a small community? Like, would you tell them to wait until they're in college, or would you tell them to do it when they're in high school?
I would say wait.
Yeah?
but it kind of depends on too, because like, you know, I've always been really involved in the community, and you know, it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody, and so I don't think it really, you know, changed anybody's perspective of me.
That's cool.
You know, like they knew who I was, and they just didn't know. Oh well.
Cool. Were you ever involved in any activism for the LGBTQ community in Idaho?
Not really.
No. Have you any opinions about the politics when it comes to the LGBTQ community in Idaho? Like, for example, legally you can be fired from your job or kicked out of your housing or whatever. If you're a victim of a hate crime, it doesn't matter if they don't have protections based on sexual identity or gender orientation. Does that bother you? Do you vote?
I do vote.
You do? Cool.
Yes.
How do you think Idaho can improve equality for the LGBTQ community?
I would say just add it, like add those terms to the Bill of Rights and everything like that,
Yeah.
and change it. Like, you shouldn't be able just to fire somebody or kick them out of housing, because it's like, that's like saying you're going to kick them out because they are not Baptist like you are, or because they like to eat chicken, you know.
Right. Are you religious? Do you go to church? Are you going to bring your son up religious?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do go to church occasionally.
Yeah. And it's a pretty open and welcoming church.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can you tell me what religion it is?
It's Baptist, actually.
It is. Okay. Is there a lot of singing and celebrating at a Baptist church?
Kinda.
Yeah. That's
Well, I
cool.
mean, with the church that I grew up in and that I still go to now and then, I mean, it's real small.
Yeah.
There's like our family and like 2 or 3 other families that go to it.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of leaving Idaho? Like, you pretty much stuck around where you were raised. You love it here. What do you love about it?
I just love like the wide open spaces here and like the agriculture part of it. You know, that's like, I spent this weekend hound hunting up at headquarters. You know, there's miles and miles of road, and put probably 120 miles on the 4-wheeler in 2 days. You know, just driving old timber roads and stuff like that. And I mean, I love it being out there. You know, I think today we saw 1 or 2 other people the whole time we were out.
Cool.
And one of them was a log, one was a pickup truck, you know.
What kind of wildlife?
That's it.
What kind of wildlife did you see?
I saw some turkeys, a couple deer here and there, and then found one bear, but the dogs didn't get him. So
What were you hunting for with the hounds?
bear.
Bear. Do you eat bear?
Mhm.
Have you ever butchered a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's good?
I did. Have.
Cool. Did you make sausage out of it, or what do you do with it?
Actually, I made. So my friend up there, she shot a bear last weekend, and so I made pepperoni sticks out of it. Made a roast, some steaks, and then also a ham.
Wow. Did you keep it for a rug, the skin, the hide?
I don't know if she did.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, and that's like I've been running a bear bait down here all spring too, and I got like a couple little bears coming into it, but
Cool.
just kind of waiting to do.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about being gay in Idaho, or any advice you would give kids that are in rural areas that are thinking about coming out?
You know, I think part of it, like my biggest thing was I had such, you know, I was known in the community, and I was respectful, and I did my share of work, and so everybody knew like who I was, what I stood for, and so when I did come out, nobody really flinched or really cared that much.
That's cool.
I would say, be who you are.
That's awesome. You never have been like called any slurs ever? No, that's so cool. That's a really cool story.
Well,
Yeah.
not that I know of.
Not to your face anyway, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
That's awesome. It's amazing that you have a son and he's beautiful, and I gotta show everybody because I'm kind of zoomed in, but I want to show everyone the deer in the background of this shot because it's kind of awesome. Cool. Thanks so much, Danny.
One.
Oh yeah, a few of them. Right on.